All right, here we have the famous Barwa chair. Very simple design, kind of mid-century modern. Just it's basically just an aluminum tube with some fabric draped over it, held together with springs. We'll take a look underside in a second. This chair is from the late 40s and was probably purchased maybe early 50s. So it's been in the family almost 70 years, and it's amazing. I love these chairs. They're super comfortable, relaxing when you rock back into kind of that second position. Really cool. Now you can see this one's, the cover has two pretty big rips in it. It's faded in a tremendous fashion. Right here, there's been some water damage, but even still, it's functional 70 years later, which is pretty amazing. So we'll flip it over and take a look at how this thing is held together. You get an idea for just how simple this is. Basic springs, just rivets in the fabric, washers holding them together. You see the results under here of that water damage, rusted that one out, so we'll have to fix that. Oh, lights just turned off. Great. And I mean, that's really it. It's just robust fabric pulled over aluminum frame. And it's a super cool design. And we're gonna fix it up and bring it back to like new state. And the first thing we're gonna do is take the cover off, take everything off, and try to polish up this aluminum. I don't know how well this is gonna turn up. It's definitely got lots of dings in it, so it's probably not gonna shine up perfectly, but I think it's gonna get pretty good when we're done. And we'll go through phases and document this and have better lighting and all that kind of stuff. But it's a super cool chair, and I am grateful that it is still in the family all these years later. All right, we've just removed the springs, and it was impressive how tight they still are after all this time. And you can see most of the rivets, the springs kind of grip the fabric there, which is fine. We'll probably have something similar on the new one. Here are the springs. There is a insane amount of dust on these. This chair was an outdoor chair for probably the later half of its life. And yeah, we're gonna go through in here and just polish all this stuff up, get all this dust and grime off, and we'll get all this going. And down to the frame. If I didn't know better, I would think this looks like some kind of lawnmower handle turned into a torture device. But that's it. And you can see the cover, and it is gross. So we're gonna polish this whole thing up, replace all of the rust, and I think this chair is gonna look fantastic. Once we do that and get a new cover, and don't know how we're gonna replace the rusty spring, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, this is pretty funny. You'll notice all of these black markings here on both of these back rungs, and I am pretty sure that's from years of people sitting in this chair and my family sneaking up on them and going like that and leaving parts of their shoe sole on the metal there. Because once you're in the chair, you cannot step there. So I'm pretty sure that's exactly how that happened. We got most of the bolts out on how the top part of the recliner sits and attaches to the rocker, except for this one is completely rusted shut. And when you turn it with the wrench, these are just a 7/18 or 7/16 size nut. When you turn it, the bolt on the other side turns. So we've got it soak in with some vinegar and baking soda, see if that'll break it up. If not, we'll go get some of the W40 penetration spray and see if we can loosen that. But now the bolts themselves, you can see they're bent and not really in great shape. So I was hoping to be able to clean all these up and keep all the original parts. However, we're going to try to look for some replacements for these so we can fix it right instead of original. All right, the initial wipe down with vinegar is complete. This is going to take a lot more scrubbing to get clean, but we can see this is where the top frame snaps together. I'm still waiting for this to try to work free. But while going over it, I did notice that there's a bust in this pipe, this part of the pipe. So I will have to look into what to do about that, because I don't know how to work with aluminum, but we'll see. Luckily, the point where this is in the chair, I don't think it affects the structure too much, but it's the only break in the frame that I've seen, so we'll figure that out as we go. Okay, the vinegar did not do anything on the rusty bolt, so I got a little bit of penetration spray and that took it right out. I was able to completely disassemble this, and then when I pulled the top part of the frame apart, look at all of this that came out of the frame. Looking at the color of that screams Athens, Texas, for when this chair was an outdoor patio chair at my grandmother's house. That's when I remember using this chair the most.